Imagine you make the mistake of your life. Full of anticipation, you book a ticket, pack your bags, and land in a place where a human life is suddenly worth less than a cheap smartphone or a used pair of sneakers. One wrong turn, a subtle glance, or a dark side street, and you might never return home again. Today, we're not talking about your average vacation spots, but about pure hell on earth. Places where even the police often scramble to get away and special forces think twice before heading out. Today, you won't just see where it's extremely dangerous, but you'll also understand why, so you never fall into such a trap. Make sure to stay until the very end, because our number one is located right next to one of the most popular vacation countries in the world and will change your perspective on safety forever. Welcome to the Kris Kristi Fundamentals Academy. Let's peer into the abyss together so you know where you should never, ever go on vacation. Buckle up, here we go. Many people think of South Africa and immediately imagine stunning safaris, wild lions, and breathtaking landscapes. But in Pretoria, the real predator is lurking right on the streets. The gap between rich and poor here is so massive that violence is often seen as the only way to survive. The city is especially notorious for so-called carjacking. This is where drivers are forced out of their vehicles at gunpoint while stopped at red lights. Your survival basics for the worst-case scenario: always leave enough distance to the car in front of you at traffic lights so you can swerve out and escape instantly. Lock your doors from the inside and never leave valuables sitting on the passenger seat. Walking through unfamiliar neighborhoods at night isn't an adventure, it's an absolute death sentence. Knowledge is protection, and in Pretoria, this knowledge can save your life. You might think of white beaches and palm trees, but the reality is a living nightmare. This city is the saddest example of what happens when a state completely loses control. Armed gangs now control almost the entire urban area. They block roads, lay siege to hospitals, and schools remain shuttered. Kidnapping for ransom has become a business model that can strike anyone, whether you're a local or a tourist. The clear warning: cross-porter U-prints off your list entirely. There is currently no safe way to get around. Essential knowledge: if you want to enjoy the Caribbean, visit the neighboring country on the same island, the Dominican Republic. The situation there is stable. Haiti, on the other hand, is currently an absolute no-go zone where the state has practically ceased to exist. Once the jewel of South America, Caracas has been dragged into a downward spiral of violence by political instability and hyperinflation. When people no longer know how they'll put food on the table the next day, the law of the jungle takes over. Robberies happen here in broad daylight, often over things that seem trivial to us, like a smartphone or a designer watch. One vital piece of advice: accept that your belongings are replaceable. If you are threatened, never resist. Hand everything over. Your life is priceless. Your wallet is not. Dress as inconspicuously as possible. Anyone who looks like a wealthy tourist becomes an instant walking target. Here, we aren't just talking about classic street crime anymore, but a cocktail of war, terror threats, and complete political chaos. Since the last change of government, laws have been in place that have drastically transformed public life. The danger of attacks or arbitrary arrests is everywhere. For women in particular, the situation is tragic, as their rights have been severely stripped away. Your most essential takeaway: never trust outdated reports on the internet. If the authorities, such as the State Department or Foreign Office, issue a travel warning, take it 100% seriously. Don't let a thirst for sensationalism on social media tempt you into war zones. That is Russian roulette with your own life. In regions like these, the situation can flip completely within a matter of hours.
My concept for the Human Heritage Museum is a global initiative dedicated to preserving the life chronicles of every individual. While the main building honors those figures who shaped the course of world history, regional branches safeguard the memory of each citizen for their most distant descendants. By supporting this project, your name, too, will be immortalized in the central facility. This allows you to join the ranks of outstanding pioneers, explorers, and heroes whose paths inspire the world. It is a rare opportunity to transform earthly success into a timeless legacy, securing a place of honor for your family name in history right now. My book, Human Heritage Museum, Fundamentals, provides the essential wisdom to ensure you are never forgotten and remain eternally in the hearts of those who follow. For detailed information, please visit
the undisputed number one among the deadliest spots on our planet. The city sits right on the border of the land of dreams, the USA, but for many, it's a lethal nightmare. It's the city with the world's highest homicide rate outside of active war zones. The reason is the ruthless war between drug cartels fighting over the most important international smuggling routes. Anyone who gets in the way here simply disappears. Stray bullets often hit completely innocent bystanders. The crucial travel insight: Mexico is a stunning country, but the border cities in the north have nothing to offer except extreme danger to your life. Make absolutely sure to stay in the secured tourist zones like Cancun or the Yucatan Peninsula. In Tijuana, staying completely under the radar is your only life insurance policy. But your best bet is to avoid the area altogether. These 5 cities show us just how precious the peace and security we often take for granted really are. If you travel with open eyes and the necessary knowledge, you'll avoid such traps. Because knowledge is power, and in this case, knowledge is your safety. If these insights helped you, then support our work with a thumbs up. Subscribe to the Kris Kristi Fundamental Academy right now and hit the bell icon so you never miss any vital know-how again. Take care of yourself, stay informed, and see you in the next video here at your academy for real basic knowledge.